live. All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you hear me all right? All right, looks like you guys can hear me. Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to be talking WandaVision. Doesn't look like Hunter's here right now, so he will show up later. Send him one last. Let's try Discord, why don't we? Anyway, who's here? Who isn't? What's going on, guys? And welcome to my stream. We're going to talk about WandaVision, so start dropping comments and we'll talk about the new episode. Alright, so darn, Connor isn't here. Anyway, I'm going to be tiling off this platform here for the fall. And well, let's get to it. So there he is. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Alright, we are good. Alright, sweet. There he is. Alright, so got these tiles here and we're going to start talking about WandaVision. So, let me open these tiles and then you can start talking. Alright, because this is going to be loud. Alright, go.
WandaVision was great.
WandaVision was great.
Hold on, one sec.
One moment, okay. Alright. So, obviously, if you haven't seen WandaVision yet, go see it. I mean, who hasn't seen it at this point? We got some big spoilers. Anyway. So,
The whole thing is so rumors.
exactly. So, what are you guys' thoughts on the new WandaVision episode? Because me and Connor both thought, yeah, we both liked it a lot.
I mean, some of the criticisms are kind of weird.
I really think they're going somewhere with Ralph Boner.
I don't really care about it. Like, people are like, I'm so mad. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. So,
It was just a reference. I think, like, this is kind of one of the things where you learn that you shouldn't, like, I think I said this when the show started, like, not everything is an Easter egg. That was right.
yeah, that's true. So, Ralph Boner was talking to, Monica, right? And she was like, she's like, wait, Agnes doesn't live here, you do. I rewatched the scene just so I could talk about it. Agnes doesn't live here, you do. Are you Ralph Boner? And he's like, Boner. Anyway, and then that was the end of the conversation we saw on screen. But they obviously conversed a little more, and then Monica was out on the street by herself directly after that. So Ralph went somewhere to do something.
Hold on. Why, though? Like, why would there need to be an off-screen conversation?
They started. It's like one of those things where they start a conversation but don't tell you the end. So they planned something, or they talked about something that's going to be revealed in the future. Oh shoot!
What would have been revealed? Like, yeah, you live in Westview. I mean, it seems like Agnes is using like that bead thing.
Yeah.
To give Ralph his power.
Forgot to turn on the time lapse here. That is a lot of times. That is a whole lot of times. Perks YT says, I loved your idea for Connor Back to the Future in X Minutes. Yes.
Hopefully I'll make this.
Yeah, so he said hopefully he'll make that soon. That was my idea. I am very proud of that. It was pretty cool.
I just need to find out how I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, because they took it off Netflix, which is kind of annoying. So,
movies on Netflix that I want to watch are always there when I don't need them, but then when I need them, they're there.
Exactly. Did they take off Jurassic Park?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
But they do.
Oh well. You know, it is what it is. Connor, can I get an it is what it is?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So, at the end there, where Wanda cast her runes thingies, that was a pretty awesome play there by Wanda.
No.
Okay, so let's break down the episode, all right? So at the start we've got.
I don't have it up, so I'm just gonna trust that you have it up.
I don't have it up, so I'm just gonna try to think through it. All right. So we've got Wanda and on the street with Agatha choking her children or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, waha, I have your children, they will die.
Yeah.
And then she's like, now you don't understand. I can use my powers now.
Remember this for no reason. She's like, that's my thing, honey. I take powers.
Yeah, so that's when we realized that she could take Wanda's powers, which was not a good thing, right?
Yeah, but like, if you're gonna say something like that needed to be established, it really didn't. I mean, like.
It could have. I think it should have been established. I agree with the back page.
It was established.
What?
It was established in the scene with the witches at the beginning of episode 8. I mean, the thing is, we just didn't get explanations, but they showed us that. So then they could later be like, oh, that was me doing this. It was a setup for episode 9.
Yeah, okay. So, and then she's like, what else did she say? So she's like, I can use my powers up here, and because they're not in the room with the runes anymore or whatever, right? And they just went through Wanda's past, so Wanda's pretty shaken off or whatever. And then they start fighting or whatever. She blasts Wanda back, says something about her being a redhead or whatever, which I found interesting because, like you said the other day, she's not a redhead.
Honestly, I don't even care anymore. Her hair changes so many times, and every single time I see her on screen, I don't even notice it anymore. I'm like, oh, her hair's green now?
Yeah, Polaris. Yeah, so, basically, they start fighting, and then, White Vision shows up and almost crushes her skull. She's like, Vision? Because, Wanda's an idiot.
I don't think he's an idiot. I just think, like, I mean, if you think about it, okay, you're Wanda, and you know you created a fake Vision, then you see, like, an actual Vision come down. You'd be at least a little confused, right?
Well, yeah, but if you think about it, that was a fake Vision. It was a recreation of Vision, and it's obvious that it's not him.
Well, yeah, but you're Wanda. You don't know what's going on outside of the Hex. You don't know that Hayward created that. I mean, not created, but used whatever.
It's hard to believe that she actually thought it was Vision, though.
Well, I don't think she actually thought. She was just confused. That's what I think.
Yeah, she was like Vision, and he was like Wanda. And then she
yeah, that probably.
He grabbed her face, and then honestly, her skull should have popped open.
I heard a crack. She should have died.
Exactly. Well, it is what it is. Anyway, Vision shows up. He's like, "Are the boys okay?"
That was one of the coolest fights of the episode.
Yeah, so like right off the bat, I was watching this by myself for the first time, basically. I was watching this for the first time, basically, right? And right off the bat, they're fighting. Throws them at the truck that explodes, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, we saw this coming. That was the one thing I did predict, is a Vision v Vision fight. And that happened, and then she's like, where are the boys? Or he's like, where are the boys? Are they safe? Are they all right? Where are the boys? Are they safe? Are they all right?
I feel really bad for the person who had to make that mid-season trailer that came out before episode 4. I feel so bad for them. You know why?
Why? Because they had to edit out so much stuff?
They removed, like, all of the spoilers from the episode 9 footage they put in the trailer. Like, because I've watched those trailers so many times that I can tell what shots they used. And yeah, they probably had to edit out a lot.
A lot. Okay.
I mean, like, that they had that explosion scene in there.
But yeah. Anyway, I was so the boys are safe or whatever, and then Wanda's fighting Agatha, and Vision is fighting White Vision, right?
Yeah.
And this is where my memory kind of falls apart. But basically,
I don't.
you get to the
I
point. You get to the point where she is, in the town square, and all the people are talking to her, which was super weird.
What do you mean?
When all the people were talking to her, she's like, I think my daughter Sarah would be an excellent part. Please just let her out of her room. Or
I
whatever.
get that weird though. It makes sense.
Well, I know that was just odd because you never think about what she did with the kids you don't see.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't understand how the only problem I have with this episode is like Wanda did a little too much bad things to actually get away. Got free. Like she should have been arrested.
Well, I think they would have arrested her if they knew that they could, but they knew they couldn't, so they didn't even try.
True. You know, I was about to say that. Actually, never mind. Because there's no point in arresting Wanda. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
They saw how. I mean, they didn't see this, but like she choked people, just being like, "Go away." So I think they're like, let's just
Not die today.
I mean, the police are incompetent.
Yeah.
They don't do anything, but. I'm gonna get a Sharpie over your back.
All right.
You could say your thoughts on WandaVision while I'm gone.
Well, anyway, so Agatha starts talking about how she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, which was a pretty nice drop in, I guess. She's drops Stephen Strange in there, and done with that, so I can turn off the time lapse. All right. Turn off my camera there. All right. Move that out of the way. Anyway, I've finished with all the time. With that, so they're talking about Stephen Strange or whatever, and how she's more powerful than him, and stuff. Which is interesting because she's the Scarlet Witch, and what never occurred to me is that they never called her Scarlet Witch before this point in the MCU. Connor just comes in. But yeah, so they're talking about how the Scarlet Witch is even more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme himself, right? Which was a nice drop in of name drop, basically, right? He's just saying to everything.
Honestly, though, like, I liked it, but the reason people felt disappointed was because there's just too many fan theories.
Exactly.
Listen, okay, having Mr. Fantastic would be cool. Mephisto would not be cool. I'm tired of those theories. But, I am so relieved he wasn't in there because, like, that was I think it was like 45 minutes minus the credits or something. They could have not been like, yo, in this dream sequence, Mephisto's over there, so, I mean, the only thing that I would have accepted is if Mephisto was on, like, a dark hold page or something, you know?
There were definitely Mephisto references, though. Like, they were definitely trying to...
I saw an episode breakdown where this guy was trying to say, guys, it still might be Mephisto, and I was like, let it go. Series is over, let it go. I mean, I believe he will show up eventually. Marvel's eventually gonna use, like, Ghost Rider and stuff. But...
Oh, no, Ghost Rider's already in the MCU.
Yes?
Yeah.
When?
He's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Dude, I hate you.
It doesn't count, though.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is definitely part of the MCU.
I thought Kevin Feige said it wasn't canon.
It is canon.
Okay.
Okay.
What I'm wondering was where was Herb? Or was he that black guy?
Who was what?
It looked really different in real life than he did in the sitcom.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might have been him.
It might have been him. I really don't know. Because he didn't have hair, right?
Yeah.
Because he had that big afro, and then all of a sudden he was bald. So I don't know if it's the same guy. I have to look. I'd have to rewatch it because I was not looking for him.
I've seen the episode 3 times now. So,
I've seen it 1.5 times because I went back to watch the bonus scene.
With my family. Pretty much, yeah, I think at first I was kind of like, well, that was kind of underwhelming. But after the other rewatches, I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you just gotta enjoy it. And, I mean, also, here's the thing. What I think is why people are like, oh, it didn't set up the multiverse, is because, like, for example, Falcon and Winter Soldier was supposed to come out first in September of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, even if you're going to have your crazy crackpot theories about the multiverse, you should probably say that about Falcon and Winter Soldier. Because, you know, the only reason WandaVision came out in January is because of COVID, and it was the first one to wrap.
Yeah, that's true. So, I didn't know that Falcon and Winter Soldier was supposed to come out first.
Yeah.
Which is, that's, to say the least, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. So we had, like, this groundbreaking, amazing series. Now we have, like, 2 guys with a frisbee go on wacky adventures.
Yeah. 2 guy with frisbee and guy with wings go on wacky adventures.
Like, guy with frisbee and guy with metal arms who should have the frisbee. Seriously, though, I'm still kind of confused about why Cap gave Sam the shield. Seriously, I mean, like, why don't you give it to your, like, 100-year-old best friend?
Mm-hmm.
But, again, it's from the comics, so you gotta do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the reason they did that is just because, you know, Captain America is... Sam becomes Captain America in the comics, which is cool, but so does Bucky, so... Man, this stream is not doing very well.
We're having fun.
Yeah. Peak 2 viewers.
Like I said, we're having fun.
Yeah, and we've had 1 comment this whole time. Alright, so,
Oh,
for those of you who had...
This is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might not use this feature, but today Brick Film Day released all their intros, so I was able to upload my Brick Film Day video as a premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know you could do this yet. But, so, I think 2 weeks ago, I made a trailer for the stop motion.
Uh-huh.
And when I was setting it up, you can actually put the trailer in front of it. So, like, it plays that video all the way till the 27th, and then we'll do the premiere.
That is cool.
I know.
So if I were to click on your premiere, I saw that earlier today. So if I were to click on your premiere, it would just show me the trailer?
And it has, like, the end cards of the trailer and everything until the 27th when the video premieres.
That is awesome, my dude.
I wonder why they didn't do that sooner, to be honest.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, theories about the future of Marvel. What do you think is going to happen?
I think, honestly, fan theories, people are going to be more pissed at Marvel. They're going to be like, ugh, why didn't you do this? And it'll all be because they over-theorized. Well, we're just going to be sitting here and be like, nice, because we enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm, exactly. You should enjoy it, not be mad about what didn't happen.
Well, I mean, like, how many actual theories did we make about the show when we were watching it? I don't think we made, we made theories like, that'd be cool. But, like, we weren't like, guys, it's going to happen.
I definitely thought Doctor Strange would come in, and I thought it would introduce...
Well, I thought he was going to come, but I wasn't disappointed when he didn't come. I was just like...
Yeah, and I also thought that, it was one of the post-credit scenes was going to introduce,
The first credit scene, I
the
didn't
X-Men.
care, and I was like, why do I care exactly? I hated the first Captain Marvel.
Because what's going to happen is that Monica's going to be in something else now. She's going to be in one of the shows.
Oh, okay, that's good, because I like Monica.
Yeah, Monica's cool. She's going to be Spectre.
I don't like Brie Danvers actor. I mean, nothing against her. It's just her performance is just not the best.
As Monica?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that, like, as Captain Marvel, her actress is just kind of But...
Yeah, the Captain Marvel actress, yeah.
I'm not like one of those sexist people that like woman and dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that like her performance wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm. It really wasn't. I agree. Captain Marvel was one of like the first MCU movies I saw, and it was bleh.
But I mean, like even Thor
I actually liked Thor: Dark World.
I don't mind it. I mean, it's like Spider-Man 2, like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's not the worst movie.
I haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man 2, but Amazing Spider-Man is my favorite of the trilogies. I've seen the first movie in all 3 trilogies.
Oh yeah, it was fun when we watched it together, and we were just kind of like, this is funny, but I still like it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we watched those. Me and Connor have birthdays right back to back, so we watched those on our birthdays. That was really fun, dude.
That's cool.
So anyway, if we're not gonna have any more theories from the audience here, let's just end the stream. All right.
No.
Oh, let's make our own. All right. So what do you think is gonna happen in the future of Marvel?
Okay, so I think here's what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like Loki, it's gonna be its self-contained thing, and that's it. Like, he might cross over into the normal timeline through the TVA, because that's like the time variance authority. That's something I do know, but maybe that'll happen. Like, let's say he does a bunch of good deeds, and they're like, fine, you can go back, something like that. But pretty much, well, like, I think that story's gonna be mostly self-contained. Like, for example, because it's an alternate timeline, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the timeline where Steve lived with Peggy. Like, it doesn't really affect the Marvel universe. So it'll be like What If, where the stakes won't be as high, but I'll still love it and enjoy it because it's Marvel.
But What If is also self-contained, right?
Yeah.
Because it's What If. It didn't actually even happen.
It looks like in the trailer, like New York gets demolished. Like you just see like destroyed stuff everywhere, and like the Avengers Tower is broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the Chitauri succeeded.
Yeah. Wait, no, they didn't.
No, in the alternate timeline.
No, maybe they come back.
Okay, maybe, I don't know.
Forget it.
What I think is going to happen is when he takes the Space Stone, he travels to an alternate timeline, but like 5 years earlier. So he's able to prepare to actually beat them this time.
But I think what happens, I don't know. What'll probably happen is he'll just, I think it starts off, he's still in 2012. He teleports to that sand place or whatever, and some country, I don't know, they don't really say, but and he teleports there, and he just starts like messing with things, right? Like, the Avengers didn't catch me, I'm gonna blow up the world, and then the time variance authority like gets him, and they say, nah, you can't do that. Like, oh man, and like you work for us now, and he's like, okay.
Wait, so in the trailer, does it show him working for the Time Variance Authority?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but it seems like it, right? It seems like he works for them.
I don't know.
Or maybe he'll just be like, or maybe it'll be like the things where they say like, you'll be in prison for thousands of years, but if you do this for us, you'll only be in prison for 1,000 years.
Okay.
Also, people have been speculating about this, and I actually kind of hope this happens, but, like WandaVision, I won't be too super mad if this doesn't happen. They're talking about, like, what if Loki kind of ties into real-world events, like mysteries?
Okay.
No, I'm just saying that'd be cool.
Yeah, so what I think is going to happen is that's going to be self-contained. I also think that Wanda is going to turn evil because of the Darkhold and bring back her children from the dead.
Yeah.
And then what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to that is because, so I thought WandaVision was MCU's version of M-Day, and I think they're gonna do something else. So she's gonna bring back her dead. She's gonna bring back her dead children, or in either Mephisto or her.
What is M-Day? Is it?
I'll tell you in just a second. But anyway, she's going the children, because they're not gonna be real, because the Darkhold is evil, dark magic. You can't actually bring people back from the dead. Stop talking, Connor. I'm trying to talk.
It's either Mephisto, or it could be something where the Darkhold's like, yes, use my spells to bring your children back.
Yeah, so that's what's gonna... Connor, I'm trying to talk.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so she brings them back, and then they like something happens because they're not real. They're not gonna be real because they never were real. So she's gonna bring them back, and it's not gonna be real, and then they're gonna like die or something, or they're gonna fall apart or something, right? The spell's gonna fall apart or something, and then she's gonna create M-Day.
What is it?
And so what's gonna happen is as she's like making her children, they're gonna build up mutants, and then MJ's gonna.
Is that the No More Mutants thing?
Yeah, hold up. So they're gonna build up mutants, and they don't want everybody. They don't want like a whole bunch of people with powers in the MCU. So they're gonna use M-Day as a way to get rid of the X-Men. This is my theory. It's probably totally wrong, but so M-Day is when she breaks down and creates a different reality where her children exist, and only 1 out of every 5 mutants still have their powers.
Alright.
And Magneto is like the king of the world.
Interesting.
Interesting
I've
indeed.
heard of this. I just didn't know it was called M-Day. I just know about the No More Mutants thing. Like, how couldn't you know about it?
Mm-hmm. And then one day, there's this like there's this robot that's found flying around over Texas or something, and it has all the powers that were taken away.
Oh, that's true.
And then the Avengers managed to defeat the robot. It explodes, and then all the powers get returned. I think. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna somehow. They're not gonna. It's not gonna be true X-Men. They're gonna nerf the X-Men somehow, so that only a few people are mutants.
I mean, they don't even have to bring in the A-Team X-Men. You think about it.
I just want an MCU Iceman. And an MCU Nightcrawler.
Yeah, they don't even have to bring in like Wolverine. I mean, they could do what they did with like the Avengers and stuff, where it's like, because if I remember correctly, nobody knew who the Avengers were before like the movies, right? Or like nobody really cared, so correct?
Yeah, but they a lot of people knew. Yeah, I guess. Go ahead.
People knew about them, but they didn't really care.
Mm-hmm.
But now everybody cares.
Before the Avengers movie, everybody knew about the X-Men because of those movies and Spider-Man. If it weren't for none of the superhero movies that ever come out, nobody would know anything. People would just be oblivious. You wouldn't even like superheroes.
Let's be honest here. I get like 99% of my information from movies because I don't even read the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Or I get my other 1% from you.
Exactly.
You're like, like, okay.
So, okay. So basically, a lot of people will read so what they're gonna do is they're gonna nerf it somehow, right? Because if they're not gonna be mutants or anything, I don't think, because if there's such thing as mutants, then so the scientific name for mutants is Homo superior. It's an evolution of humans, yeah. And in the comics, what happened is that like basically everybody was popping up with powers, and that wasn't very good for the comics. So what they're gonna do is in the MCU, because then they'd have to like create a show that's like dealing with all the mutants, right?
I mean,
Or they just leave it open.
Did you hear about the leaked mutants thing? It's like a project. I don't know if it's legit, because you can't trust anything these days. But I heard kind of happened.
Yeah, so I think there are going to be mutants, but just not as many of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna end the stream now. I think nobody's been watching this whole time, basically.
Okay.
Anyway, let's end the stream. All right, see you guys. Thanks for watching.
Do you still want to talk about it though?
Yeah, just 1 second. So.